We had a family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total: me, my elder sister, 29, younger sister, 24, and youngest brother, 22. Extended family attended our family dinner. So all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts and uncles etc. During the dinner my elder sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up, I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." My brother hadn't done any personal attacks up until that point, it was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol as my sister is a mean drunk. Anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me as my bro definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college and that since everyone in the family knows this it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this. Amazingly, I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily saying my sister misled him about her past. Family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone, all I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. Everyone sucks here. One person making personal attacks doesn't mean someone else should, especially since you weren't even in the argument to begin with. Yeah, everyone sucks here, seems right, not cool of her to be going after his brother like that, but there were much better ways of defusing the argument than stooping to her level of personal attack, regardless of the aftermath. I'll never understand why people with bigger skeletons try going after others. No chill. Not the a-hole. You were looking out for your little brother and you fought with the truth. If your sister can't take the truth, she shouldn't dish it out. She also shouldn't have kept it from her husband. Didn't she say there was nothing wrong with talking about other siblings' sex life? Sounds like she doesn't think that applies to her, but she has no right to be upset that OP followed her position. Not the a-hole. She started the personal attacks on body count, so she can't be mad when someone points out hers. She lied to her husband about her past, and that's her fault. If anything, she's the a-hole for that. If their marriage is truly in trouble for you speaking the truth, it's probably not the best match. I'm 30 and my 12-year-old sister is living with me right now because mom and pops are vulnerable, so it made more sense for me to care for my sis for the time being. She is a really great kid and to be honest, I feel in a lot of ways like she's my own kid because my mom and dad don't speak English, so I kind of had to raise my sis in ways that they couldn't. Hard to explain, but I'm sure anyone with a secondary culture will get what I mean. My mom and dad are great parents, but having an English-speaking person to guide you through shit when you live in an English-speaking country is invaluable. IMO, and my sister trusts me with stuff she won't necessarily trust my parents with. Anyway, my girlfriend was FaceTiming me and my sister walked past in shorts and a t-shirt cause it's hot. My girlfriend waited till my sister had left the area, but not the room, and made a face and said, "Maybe feed her less OP, her thighs are kinda chunky." I saw red and told her to shut the fuck up, just came out my mouth and immediately ended the call. My sister is a bit chubby, but for fuck's sake, who says stuff like that about a 12-year-old girl? Literally. Everybody I know has been texting me that I'm a pose boyfriend and that, how can I disrespect my girlfriend like that? I am expecting an apology from her, but to my shock everybody is expecting me to apologize. So, am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. 12-year-old girls are incredibly vulnerable to body image issues. You're absolutely right to shut down such comments immediately. Thank you. I don't think my sister heard, but now I'm worried she might have heard, and if she did, how to handle the convo to reassure her. I feel awful. Even if she didn't hear it, would you ever want to subject your sister to her down the road? Like, what will she say to her when you aren't within earshot? Your sister will be able to pick up on and feel that cold, mean vibe. Not the a-hole, and this is a huge red flag. Why would you want to date someone that insulted your little sister like that? Right, I don't want to date anybody who insults anyone like that. She's never said anything like that before, and probably never will cause it's completely changed how I see her. My sister is a trainwreck. She needed a place to stay, and I have a large enough home for an extra person. She has no job or income. I told her she has a few months to get her shit together and leave. I give her about $100 a week to keep my house clean, so she has some cash. I gave my sister her $100 and she said I owed her more. I was confused. She said she did other work for me. I asked her what more did she do. She said she walks my dog in the afternoon. I walk my dog every morning and evening. But she takes him with her on her afternoon walks. She said the going rate for a dog walker is $25 per walk. 5x $25 equals $125 on top of the $100. Then she mentioned she put together a scrapbook of personal letters and papers. According to her and Etsy, that job was easily another $75. I told her I never gave her permission to do those things. Her argument is that those jobs fell under the umbrella of keeping the house clean and I was ripping her off. So I threw her out. The money isn't the issue. I have plenty of disposable income. I was disgusted how she came at me. Not the a-hole. I would have countered with a bill for food, rent and utilities. Every time I tried to pull this crap with my dad, when I was little he would counter with that. Show her what real expenses look like. Not the a-hole. Do as she did. Bill her for rent according to local housing prices, her share of water, electricity, internet, groceries etc. I do this to show her the reality of her situation tph. I'd go all out, sit her down like an intervention, have all of the utility bills to hand, create a budget sheet, etc. If I was being particularly petty, as per the scrapbooking, I'd charge her for the financial consultation, too. My sister's car broke down 6 months ago because of her own stupidity. I won't go into it here, but she ignored the advice of a mechanic and because of that her car broke. I decided to be nice and offer my sister my car until she could get hers fixed as I could bike to work while she needed to drive. She did not get her car fixed for some reason. She claimed to be saving money to do so, but every time her paycheck came she spent it. My parents have even offered her a loan to fix her car, but she refused. Along with all of this, she has been abusing my generosity and taking my car all day and night. I told her she could use it for work, but it seems to her that is a free pass to use my car, not fill it with gas, and take it when I specifically tell her not to. Recently I've been needed to get to work very early, and I really don't feel like riding my bike 6 miles at 3 in the morning, so I told my sister she had 30 days until I took the spare key from her, and she is no longer allowed to use it. That was 32 days ago. Yesterday morning she woke up specifically before me to take my car at 2:30 in the morning. I called her and demanded she bring it back, but she just hung up on me. Because of this, I reported it stolen. My sister was arrested 30 minutes later and my parents had to go bail her out. My sister is now facing charges for unauthorized use of a car and my parents and her are pissed. They claim I went way too far here, but honestly, I feel justified. My parents are worried if she's found guilty she will lose her job, but in my opinion, it's her own fault. Am I wrong here? Am I an a-hole? Not the a-hole, this is the definition of theft. Sounds like she could use some real-world consequences to wake her the hell up too. Not the a-hole. She stole your car. Sounds like she needs a lesson in accountability. Tell your parents you wouldn't have had to report it stolen if she brought it back like you asked. Why is she not held to the same standard you are? Golden child and stuff, probably. Not the a-hole, you gave her 30 days notice, so she had time to make other arrangements. She straight up got early to take your car on purpose, so you did not have the ability to use it. Maybe reporting it as stolen was a little far. But I honestly don't blame you for it. You gave her more than enough time and ultimately, it's your car. OP having given her a month to sort her shit is what makes in the a-hole here. She purposefully chose to continue her ways despite being warned well in advance that she would not be allowed to. Definitely not the a-hole, in my opinion. Family or not, she did indeed steal a car. Even gave her a final chance phone call asking for her car to be returned too. OP sounds like she was very generous with her car and sister abused that generosity.